And we're just ready to get around for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix short sprint qualifying. This is our first sprint in the Intrepid Racing League's League Tier 2. And what better place than Saudi Arabia? Oh, long is it? Let's wait for it to load in. So, we're ready in Saudi Arabia for the sprint qualifying to start. Who is going to be the first one out of the pits? This is a clockwise circuit like the rest of the circuits on the grid, so not special in that regards, but it is the only street circuit that is a purpose-built circuit, because honestly this layout is just, whoever designed these streets is a crackhead. And they should get help. Someone needs to help them. And we've got the first person out. It is Inhuman Dan in his Aston Martin. That is a new transfer, I'm pretty sure. Let's see if the Mercedes... Yeah, the Mercedes seem to have found a replacement. I was looking at the chats, and it seemed like Lewis needed a replacement because who is it? Who is it that was out? I was just there. He didn't ready up. Yeah, Renato couldn't make it for some reason. He's going for his out lap, and let's follow him for the first qualifying lap of the sprint qualifying session going through the circuit. As you can see, this is a very, there's a few chicanes in the circuit, not many sharp turns, so it's going to be a very high-speed circuit. Our drivers need to have very good throttle management rather than brake management in this specific race, because that is probably the most important skill in the Saudi Arabian qualifying. And he starts his first qualifying lap right into turn 1. It's a chicane out of the DRS zone of the pit straight. Now, oh, there is a little bit of yellow in the top of the map at the end of Sector 1. That's not going to disturb Inhuman Dan, who has a clean track ahead of him. Going in to that straight that leads directly to that pinhead. A very wide hairpin, and he perfectly sticks it right next to the wall and goes right now into the series of turns. First chicane on in Sector 2, down to the heading towards the second, or was that heading towards Sector 3, and now into the second DRS zone of the circuit, leading directly into a wide hairpin that can be seen right now. Amazing circuit design, very exciting racing. It's one of the better new circuits, in my opinion, and he sets a fastest lap, but obviously that would have happened. So, Mercedes let's check out his lap in the Kick Sauber. Now, let's remind you that this is equal performance, so the Kick Sauber will perform just as well as the McLaren. So, it's just the liveries that are different, and the model. There's a lot of yellow up there around, who is that in the Red Bull? Might be, it could be Marklex or Goober McBanana-Pants. Or it's someone, one of those dark blue, but now he has set his lap. It's a 132.537 for Max the Messiah. For Marklex, it's a disappointing 144. Is he gonna go for another lap? Seems like it. He's pushing the car in a way that would make you think that he's going for another lap. Let's go on for another onboard. Marklex. Let's see what he gets. And Marklex slaps it on second P2 with a 129.3. That is great. And RST pits. He has not had he pit without having a time, so that is a very odd. If he's willing to say why in the chat, then that would be appreciated. King Cobra, he is a reserve driver. Let's look at his first lap. There's a yellow in Sector 2 and Sector 3 right now. It looks like it is going to be around either Murasaki or Squirt. Yeah, Murasaki or Squirt. Murasaki still has the slowest recorded lap, and King Cobra has a 131. That is pretty good. It's on pace with the rest of the full-time drivers. And many drivers have pit. The only one who is pitting, Lewis, lost. The owner has pit without having any recorded lap. Brownest Buns also pit without any recorded lap, along with Squirt, who comes in after he might have had some wing damage. Oh, and RST DNFs! RST DNFs from the session! That is surprising! What happened? Oh. Ugh. Golden Sniper. Let's look at it. He's coming in. Is he going to improve his time? He is going to improve his time with the 130.9. That is a small improvement to most people, but in Formula 1, that is a huge improvement. Here, seconds, no, tenths, no, hundreds, thousands of a second matter in Formula 1. Now, going through the rest of the circuit, there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. ERS mode is set to overtake down this straight into this circuit is filled with many high-speed chicanes, and I wouldn't be surprised if someone told me that there were over 20 corners. Of course, I'm pretty sure there are. Let's look at the circuit map on Wikipedia, which I embarrassingly didn't pull up beforehand, but there's always but it's not like it's too late. Fuck. Wikipedia. So, the circuit is called the Jeddah Kornreich circuit. It has two layouts, the Grand Prix layout, and now in 2025 they've created the Formula E circuit, which adds a chicane in the middle of Sector 3's DRS zone towards the start, and it's much shorter. It also has around the first chicane, after the first and it has, this track has 3 consecutive DRS zones, which are in Sector 2, then Sector 3, then Sector 1 when you come through. So Kangaroo is giving us an amazing lap. Hopefully he's going to qualify. He's going to do this lap on pace, but it's not his problem. And I don't remember his name. RST, I think I might remember him. Oh, Inhuman Dan DNFs. RP, Inhuman Dan DNFs. So, issue with the car, or was it just rage? Because currently you're not in such a good position. You weren't in such a good position when you DNF'd. So it must have been something technical. If you want to explain, then our chat is open. Realized he didn't have enough time to go out for another lap, but that's his choice. Many people finish. Teddy is giving us a great lap, going now into the next DRS zone, into the hairpin, which you can see right now. There's a Red Bull ahead. Hopefully that Red Bull doesn't crash, but and Teddy ends his lap and slaps it on provisional pole. Okay. And we have one person left, and it's Lewis. Lewis has invalidated his lap, and he's on low fuel mode. He might as well DNF. Going in, crippled, Lewis lost, is trotting into the pit lane, and is the final person out in this session. And that is the end of sprint qualifying for the Jeddah Grand Prix. So, the Jeddah Street Circuit has 27 corners. That's a lot. That's a hell of a lot. Most of them are in sector, what was it? That looks like Sector 2. Yeah, Sector 2. In that giant cluster of corners that makes up the end right before the straight that leads into the hairpin, fuck. Let's keep, safety, Scorenzi says, from the McLaren says, let's keep safety cars to a minimum, please. With a crying emoji. Then Al Golden replies, tell that to Lewis. And then Lewis replies to that with a gif. What the fuck am I doing? With a gif of a, battleship. And, oh. Who the fuck set up the daytime? Set this to daytime. Lewis. You fucked up. Big time. So now, as we're waiting for this lame-ass daytime race, let's check, yeah. So, let's get some warnings over here. To some of the players before the actual qualifying session. So we have a new policy of requiring to turn on public telemetry and public online ID in the telemetry settings. I can demonstrate if anyone wants. Like, you go to telemetry settings, and because I don't want to dox myself, and it's 5 red lights out in the sprint qualifying. Off to a great start. And Teddy maintains his lead, but only by 200th. That's half a second. That is a great pull-off for Teddy. And there is a lot of fighting in the back of the grid. And as we see now, it's Lewis. Green flags, yellow flags in Sector 1 as we're moving. So yeah, that was the end of Sector 1, where there's a bunch of that cluster of turns. Oh, and everyone going all around. It's the 2 wides everywhere. Lewis, 10-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. That is horrible for Lewis. And GD and Ash Brown are fighting it out for P16. Let's look. There's a whole clusterfuck. And what happened to Ash Brown? He went all the way to P20. He was pushed off track, seems like. And Lewis gets pushed down to P13 by Inhuman Dan. Inhuman Dan, I'm pretty sure, was the recipient of... Oh no, was he the recipient of Driver of the Day the other day? What the hell? To let you know. Lap data and detail. Well, let's look at the position changes. So RST has had an amazing start with 6 positions, and Teddy, of course, gets the fastest lap in the Grand Prix. And there's a crash. Who was that? It was Goober McBanana Pants. He has had a little date with the wall. Of course, the oil money. There's been no position changes for the first 4 racers. Lewis still in the thick of it, battling it out with his fellow racers, going a little bit off track, but no worries. Lewis, no, it is a worry. He gained 1 place and a 10-second penalty. So now he's 20 seconds down from the rest of the grid. So, let's look at the penalties. He's 20 seconds off. That is horrible for Lewis, and that looks like it will be a few penalties. And as the RST Williams tries to overtake, Team RST of the Williams now overtakes Lewis. Lewis is now in P12. The position where I'm pretty sure he originated in. So, no, Lewis originated in position P17. So far, Hash Brown is having the worst race he could possibly imagine. Being 12 places down. Now he's battling it out with Goober McBanana Pants, but there's some action in front as Damien has switched places with Teddy. That is the first change, and the only people who haven't changed positions, and Goober replacing that wing that was damaged earlier in the pits. So, Squirt and Scorenzi, when they have DRS, they will definitely be duking it. Whoa, and that was some violent action, getting hurled into the wall over there from my point of view. And look at that beautiful shot. If only it was in the nighttime, Lewis. But anyway, going through into... And Marklax, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings into the DRS zone. And, Scorenzi getting close enough to Squirt to get an overtake. Oh no, now they'll have to wait for the pit straight, where Scorenzi will have DRS on Squirt, and they're battling it out for P5. The battle for P5 is still, oh no, I'm stupid. So there is a battle for P11. As the Alpine of Brownest Buns tries to get RST Tiago. Max the Messiah, another Max, is getting penalties, and King Cobra, Lewis Lost's teammate, is in the pits for presumably for replacing a wing. But there couldn't be any possibility that their strategy was to go on super softs. I don't think that's even available in Formula Racing at all. But as we could see, there's no change in positions for the first 4 positions on the grid. So and Brownest Buns also has had no improvement, but that's better than being like Hash Brown. And going on the inside, it's a dive bomb by Damien. And now Teddy has DRS on him, so he will obviously be using that to his advantage. Look at him inching his way closer. And he has lost DRS. Maybe he could go for a dive bomb? No. So, Damien is leading the race in his Haas. It's teammate versus teammate down into 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And that was corner 12. Usually circuits only have around 10 to 15 corners, but this one has 27. The most corners, I'm pretty sure, on the grids this year. But anyway, still battling it out. We've got Cobra has had 1 stop, along with Goober, but they're still not close to anyone. What the hell is this detail? I want to see position changes, not stop. But Hash Brown still, he has the worst race out of everyone, starting all the way on top at P7 and falling all the way down to P18. Now RST, Luis Carlos 11 has had the best race out of everyone. He now has clean air, and there's a lockup by Unbroken Leonardo in his Ferrari. Listen to those beautiful sounds made by the Duracell car. Williams, they're struggling right now financially, but hopefully Lewis's amazing performance can give them the driver of the day boost. There must be some sort of a promotional boost for driver of the day for one of the teams, like some sort of cash prize, and Williams will definitely need it to keep afloat. Or else they'll become an esports team exclusively, because that's currently the only thing that they're consistently performing well at. Brownest Buns, I'm pretty sure you're... Brownest Buns is asking for an invite, but he's already in the lobby. What the hell is happening with that? Buns, you're in the lobby. What happened? And Hash Brown and King Cobra DNF. They're out of the session. Out of contention. And he got disconnected, I think. Okay. Okay. So send me a friend request. I'll add you. I can't really select you. But anyways, so now everybody, let's look at this. Scorenzi and Squirt and Teddy, all of them within DRS zones. Damien has to defend very hard. No, not on that side. But as we can see, the McLaren, the Sauber, and the Haas all in the fight for P1 in its 7 out of 9 laps in the sprint race. And Scorenzi has gotten the inside line over Squirt and has gotten P3. He's now within DRS range of the two Haas's that are battling it out for first. And Damien, two teammates and rivals, and both of them are in the fight for first place. Who else is in the fight for first place, you ask? Well, it's also Squirt and Scorenzi, all of whom are within DRS range and, in the right conditions, could easily grab P1. Now, hugging the wall as closely as possible, you want to get the best exit onto that straight, in the straight that makes up turn 14, 15, 16, 15, 16, 17 is a little indent there. That is a chicane. It is very big once you see it. Now we're heading all the way. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. ERS mode is set to none. It's currently clear. 10 minutes, it's clear. The track temperature is 24 degrees Celsius. Oh, and he has spun! Damien has spun, but that does not get him that far out of the points. Well, he still has points, but it's not such a great loss. But now he's gonna lose DRS and is out of contention for first place with 9 out of 9 laps to go. Squirt, Scorenzi, Teddy, all of them charging down into 14, 15, 16, 17. Not 17, but 14, 15, and 16, maybe now 17. 18. 19, 20, and it's 21. 21 here, seems like it. And into that little indent there. Oh yeah, and in the 20s already. We got in. Yeah, this is obviously this is turn 26, I'm pretty sure. Turn 27, and in the final turn in, and we've gotten into the P straight, and what the hell? There's been a giant crash! And the Damien, the Haas, gets back P2, 20 seconds time penalty for Damien though, as he drops 5 positions as he finishes the race. That was a crazy end. You'll definitely be wanting the telemetry for that. So let's actually check out what happened. Oh no, I don't have replay. But that was an amazing end to the race. What the hell happened there? Don't ask me. But that has been an amazing finish for Teddy, sabotaging the McLaren of Scorenzi, who ended up in P12. That's a giant loss. As you can see, it's such a close race, except for the P15 and down. But no worries about that, and still, Golden Sniper, who is out of the race. Okay, so let's see, friends. I don't see you. Could you send me a friend request, please? What the hell happened there? And into P27, it's the end of the race for the Alpine of Golden Sniper as the final player crosses the finishing line. Golden Sniper, P18. Driver of the day is Inhuman Dan. As predicted, he is the two-time driver of the day in Season 3.
Rob was a senior in high school.
And the winner is Teddy in the Haas. Now, don't go Now, don't go. So, here are the incidents. My stream is laggy? Fuck. Oh shit, sorry. Sorry, I'm so sorry it's laggy. But, it's finally nighttime. I'm going to just look at my phone, I'm gonna turn on cell. Who is the first person to come out of the pits? The Sauber is the closest one to the exit. I meant Haas. The Sauber actually scored a point in 2023. And it seems like the Red Bulls... Oh no, that's the Mercedes. The Mercedes of King Cobra is the first person. We're gonna stick to him for the first lap of the race of qualifying. Beautifully executing the corners. I mean, it's watchable. Ah, fuck. It's readable, so there's that. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I wish I could record this in some way. Wasn't as laggy when I was doing it before for another channel. But whatever. At least I'm not disconnected from the game entirely. Fingers crossed. So now, King Cobra, first person out to do their lap. Thank you, by the way, for that info. Hopefully our stream doesn't cut out like last time. It better not cut out like last time. Last time was a pain in the ass. If you do, tell me in the chat. I'm gonna immediately stop the stream and restart it in 720p. Actually, that's a good idea. Before the race, I'm going to restart it in 720p. So, just bear with me. So, King Cobra starts the first qualifying lap. Let's turn on tire detail. Everybody. Oh, Murasaki's still on the intermediates, but that just means... Oh no, he's doing a legit lap on the intermediates. Telemetry is still disabled. Okay, so let's check out how long these tires are expected to last. So the softs are expected to last anywhere between 7 and 9 laps in Saudi Arabia. The mediums are expected to last between 10 and 12 laps. The hards between 13 to 15 laps. The intermediates between 13 to 15 laps. And the wets 13 to 15 laps again. It's clear with a 1% chance of rain for the next 10 minutes. It's 21 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and the track temperature is 26 degrees Celsius, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. So now you've got the basic weather. Currently, we're looking at 5.8 liters in the tank, and let's check out. Who are we calling out today? Aston Martin of GDB, please turn on your telemetry. Souls is good. King Cobra, good. Max the Messiah, please turn on your telemetry. Mark Lax, please turn on your telemetry. Actually, no, I'm just gonna read it out all when it's done. But I'm gonna send a screenshot on the, I'm gonna send a screenshot. You could probably associate, the drivers to whatever the hell I'm gonna send. But let's look. King Cobra has gotten, and Teddy, a very promising driver, slapped it with a 128.214, and that it has that gives him provisional pole. Tell me if the quality has gone up or down, and tell me immediately if it's gone just out. Oh, why the hell is it still giving me a Alfa Romeo instead? Whatever. Okay, let's now check out. We're going very slowly on this Haas as it's run out of fuel. Inhuman Dan going out for a lap. He is the driver of the day so far. Mursaki on his intermediate tires that match his green Sauber. The table banger has returned, and he is... Oh no, he's not on low fuel, and he's pitting. Will he replace his odd choice of a tire? Also, Max the Messiah is going out on mediums, and RST also is going out on intermediates. Seems like it's a bug that the intermediates have better grip, which is unsurprising. I've thought in the past, I thought that was a possibility, but no, I didn't realize that it was actually like legit in any way. But whatever. We've got I can't even see how much time we've got left. We got 10 minutes left, a little over 10 minutes left of qualifying. And RST is going out. He has not had any laps yet. He is out lap. He is... Oh, what is happening to him? This is a horrible day for RST. Okay, I'm back. So let's get a nice look. RST is out lap. He has not had any laps so far. Marklex has had 1 lap. Let's actually, is there a place to check how many laps? To the leader. Let's look at the leader. The best. I have no idea what best means. Let's actually... I know I'm not supposed to do this, but, lap data. The full track map. Let's look at the mini sectors. As you could see, kind of geometrically it's geometric S-turns. Very rigid, corners. Oh man, into the hairpin. Finally, I said that correctly. And... seems like there's been some drama in Sector 2 surrounding... I have no idea. Sector 2 has a yellow flag right ahead of... and who is it? It looks like it is an RST. But which one of them? Or was it an Alpine? You tell me. Souls? Was that... no, not Souls. Brownest, was that you? Or was it Golden Sniper, an admin on the server? Definitely will have a lot of investigating. Hello, Jacob Official. Welcome to... welcome. So, if anybody wants to, then... okay, they've turned on hot lap. And then there's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Green flag, the track is clear, but it isn't on my screen. So over... no, I'm not saying that. Okay, he is constantly changing between ERS modes, just like he knows what he's doing. He probably is if he got into Tier 1, but anyway, let's look at Squirt. Looks like he is doing very good laps. His first 2 sectors have been green. Also, the player and Scorenzi, the player in the McLaren and Scorenzi both have been having a green sectors. The player in the McLaren has had 2 good green sectors. Kangaroo, please turn on your telemetry, please. I'll send a screenshot at the end of this. Please make sure to turn on your telemetry at some point. Okay, I could just do it right now. Okay, let's print out. Okay, Max P4. And Unbroken Leonardo has DNF from the session with 5.5 minutes remaining. It is our first actual look at the circuit. Let's see how much it has heated up by. It has cooled down. The track temperature has cooled down. Oh no, the air temperature has cooled. 20, it's, oh, I don't know. But it's still clear for as long as the weatherman can predict. With the next 10 minutes being clear, with a 1% chance of rain. And now, Kangaroo comes in with just about over a lap of, fuel. There's a caution in Sector 3. You can see the attention to detail in this game. They can't find out how to make an animation to replace the front wing, but they can make a rolly thing under the car. I love EA. So now, the pit wall. Scorenzi is coming into the pits as well. Now, there has been something. Murasaki going for his outlap. Yet Dark Sir. Nah, Dark Sparks F1. Dark Spark F1. Hello there. But let's upload a file. It's Sparky. Okay, Sparky. Okay, so the person has clocked. It's very surprising. It's been already 10 minutes and and you guys only clocked in a maximum of 2 laps. Kangaroo has been grinding these. We're doing great tonight, Dark Sparky. So King Cobra has had 2 laps, and he is... What the Well, I mean, that is a way to avoid getting a penalty. And that is a way to avoid crashing into another car. But is it pretty for the eyes? Not as much. And he's probably coming out of this session for the rest of the time. Unless he could easily refuel. And let's look at it. Brownest Buns going through out of the pit lane and into his outlap. So many outlaps, so many POVs to choose from. Murasaki just starts his lap going through. Oh no, this is not his first lap. Oh, it was... Scorenzi? Scorenzi. Oh, what the Murasaki. Oh no, that was Squirt. He impeded. Someone was impeding someone. But it doesn't matter because they were both on outlaps. So King Cobra. King Cobra is out for the rest of the session, along with GDB, which should enable his telemetry. RST is out. He has no laps clocked in. Very bad luck for him. Whenever he tries to clock in a lap, something happens. And of course, something had to happen. He's starting at P20 for the main race. So, so many players, so many players. If you know who you know, you know who you are. Oh, and Teddy has scored a fastest first sector. Can he translate that into a fastest lap? I don't think so, but he could go out for another lap. You might be using this as practice, but I don't know. He's timed it just right so that he can get another lap. retired. So many players retiring from the session. But we're still following Teddy as he makes his final lap. That will bring his lap counter to 2. He might as well just go the whole way through and commit to this lap. But oh no, he is out of fuel. Yeah, at this point I think I could turn on telemetry to show you all that he is out of fuel. Still, masterfully enabling DRS. That's an amazing overtake mode. Won't help you. Hot lap mode won't help you at this point, Teddy. It's just at this point you're done. But is he using the auto? Whatever. Yes, very laggy. Much lag. So, let's see. Finally, the end of the session, and soon to start the main race. And we'll see you in the race live stream.